Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hope everyone's having a wonderful week. Um, I'm actually slightly surprised that I'm streaming today. I kind of thought about not streaming and maybe going out vending. Yeah, I need some new clothes. Should probably be out vending because obviously I need some new clothes and such. I'll try to keep that disgusting shirt out of sight because that thing's just an atrocity to fucking fashion and attempts human beings have been making to keep themselves covered for millennia. Anyway, I'm not quite sure what to make today. Um, Partially because, come on. Um, I need to make something that's going to sell quickly, really freaking quickly. And I've been having great luck with that lately. And then, just depression and stuff that can always really affect like the creative process, which is not necessarily always a bad thing, but it really can be. So today, part of me wants to give it up to viewer choice, although the other part of me will be kind of surprised if we even have viewers. Kind of how I felt like it went last Friday, which is why one of the reasons I stopped doing these Friday streams with the competition. And by the time like that's over with, there's just screw it. I'm working on earrings. If somebody shows up, we might change to a more interesting project. For now, I'm just gonna continue rapping on these. I have been rapping on these for like 10 hours. That there took me 4 hours to do that freaking weave. It's just disgusting. Especially when I know that no one's going to be willing to pay more than $250 for the pair. Even with the fucking diamonds and the Montana sapphires. Like, oh, you have $200 of materials. I'll give you $50 for your time. I'm starting to feel like I should just never put expensive shit into silver. Although this is probably why I'm not out vending right now, is because it was like I could waste my day here not making money, or I could put myself into a bunch of pain, go out there and probably, because last couple times I've done street vending, I haven't even had people stop to look. It's just not worth it anymore. I would love to do something productive today. If somebody needs help with something, that would be awesome. I would be happy to do a mini tutorial. It's like, what is the point of actually can't even get the camera to focus on it? This is why None of my videos have been on wire wrapping lately. It's easier to do videos of traditional jewelry than it is for wire wrapping, because the very nature of wire wrapping has your piece moving all over, just because, like, you're yanking on this and trying to slip that through that. Since stuff is moving so much all the time, your camera never focuses. So what I'm doing here is a figure eight weave where there we go. I'll wrap around this wire, this outer one, 3, sometimes 4 times. Ooh, that's not too bad of a mistake. And then I'll wrap around the inner wire once or twice, depending. Sometimes you got to adjust that a little. And then I slip every once in a while. I wrap around both, and this helps secure this part to the frame. I've learned that if you're on, like, because I'll do the wrap around twice. Come on, just fucking focus. And then I'll wrap around this once. I've learned that it's better to do it after than before, because it'll help hold those 2 wires in place if you don't have the space to do wrap around once, wrap around both of these twice, and then wrap around this once. Just do it the afterwards. I'm gonna put a 22-minute and 30-second timer. If nobody dropped by in that period of time, I'm probably just gonna say screw it and I'll stream Friday. But just no point in doing this if, like, the whole point is for community, and if there's just no one here, then I do much better edited shorts and occasionally longer videos. I'd rather focus on doing one of those than to sit in an empty live stream. I'd rather be in a full, or, it doesn't have to be full, but have people in the live stream than shoot an edited video most of the time. Just start live selling. Now this side's going a lot quicker. I made sure to pay attention and leave enough room here to be able to slip the wire through. I rude not doing that for some time today. Hmm. Yeah, I don't even know. It's just. Smash out some rocks real quick. Sorry, this needs to get melted down into usable materials again, and I need to quit forgetting to work towards that. Technically, I could just leave the stones in and they get obliterated in the crucible, but I don't want the contaminants. And this is just a really gnarly center punch that has a spring-loaded feature to it. And yeah, when you need to do something like that, it really helps. It will put a small dent in the silver, but it will just blow a gemstone into pieces. This ring was a cool concept. It just totally failed. Also, it was like my third ring or fifth ring or something that I ever made. Like, I didn't even have enough silver on hand to make fully what I wanted to make. So, I'm not too hurt by that loss. I'll probably utilize it to make a video later that actually, you know, algorithm loves seeing me melt shit. I think that one video has like 65,000 views or some shit. Actually, I want to look at it real quick. Like, my channel is about making jewelry. The process of actually making it. Melting it is just one part. However, like, here's me making something, 165 views. This one did pretty good. This one didn't do bad. Me making something, 110 views, 800 views, 200, 200. Well, those are 275 ish. That one doing better. 200, just showing the pieces. Come on. All right, we're gonna scroll to the top and then click popular. 66,000 views. And it's just me melting. 22,000, making a badass pendant. 14,000, making a ring, making another pendant. You know, like the ones of me making stuff, which actually I was really proud for some time because my 5 bests were actually things I was making. And then that happened. I'm like, oh, come on. I really like the views and I need them, but dang it. Hey, Lisa, I'm alive. I had a video get 66,000 views. That was cool. I wish it would have been like a video of me actually making something, but it's it is a video of mine, so that's cool. How are you? I don't know why I tried to go to bed early last night. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen with one of those videos eventually because statistically speaking, they almost always outperform my other videos. Once in a while, I get a fluke, like, some of those the other top ones. This time, it just happened that the fluke was on what is normally statistically better, and it did do statistically better when it went viral. Yeah, I got hit with a like a 300. Oh, I hear that. I got hit with a $300 light bill, and that effed some things up. Actually, I'm pretty sure I got hit with 2 of them in a row because of the summer. I don't think it's gonna. Yeah, yeah. Ouch. The AC, the machine barely uses or gets used, although it is expensive to use in its own ways. Not so much the machine itself, but all of the propane that has to be used for that process. Um, I I'll be lucky if I can get that thing to actually help me by before Christmas, like I was really excited and hoping it was going to. It still might, but I'm gonna need to be able to put like 1,000 more dollars into that equipment to make it work right, and I don't got it. Unfortunately, just the nature of fucking living. Yeah. Just how it goes. Gotta keep moving through it. By the way, if you want to see something more like entertaining than this bouncing around, like feel free to throw out a suggestion. I was just doing this because I was already doing it and I didn't expect anyone really to show up. An earring, using a Montana sapphire and a diamond. I guess with how poorly my camera is showing it, that's probably pretty difficult to tell. Watch this. Yeah, I have a few synthetic ones laying around. I've seen a couple natural ones. Usually that's a cut they only do really high end ones in, although sometimes you'll see lower grade corundum that's been dyed and filled with glass, or that's just been filled with glass, cut into those big type of shapes. They can look pretty nice too sometimes. The synthetic ones would. Okay. Yeah, I've got a couple nice synthetic ones laying around. So thankfully, this particular earring is going so much better than any of the rest have. Right on. I'm just hoping I'll still be in business. Which, I mean, I guess technically it would almost be shocking if I wasn't. Um, I should be able to pawn my way all the way up until like the Black Friday time, so it might be a little rough. I don't know what I'll be making. I might just be trying to pawn shit, but hopefully not. It can't be that bad. It's just feeling that bad right now because I had like a good month and it amounted to nothing, or I had an okay month and it amounted to nothing. Like, I'm still behind, blah, blah, blah. It's really discouraging when that happens. I do, yeah. Not that I'm not overly excited about said markets because, like, they usually don't even I don't even see income until like the third or fourth one. Just struggling to be excited about anything. I think it's the usually, fingers crossed, we'll see. it's hard to say with the fucking media projecting this fake recession bullshit and turning it into an actual thing when it didn't exist and wouldn't have. Um, the price of gold just fell back below 1900, and there were a lot of like people who deal a lot in gold who said that we would never see that price again. Because they were just making the shit up. Like, we were nowhere near a fucking recession. They created one because they scared people so much they were afraid to spend money. So I'm hoping. I just don't know if I have a lot of faith. Okay, I'm gonna trade this wire out just because it's feeling rather weak at the moment. Maybe not necessarily feeling weak. It's just it's been work hardened enough, and when you're talking stupidly thin wire like this, you got to be careful. It will snap stupid easily. For this weave, I've had to use 32 gauge, which from a distance should look fantastic texture wise. By distance, I mean like 3 or 4 foot. Yeah, your normal distance from that you like, as long as you're not kissing somebody, that texture is gonna look freaking solid. I love that. I just always keep in mind myself that almost all news companies are corporate entities and that our entire political structure is owned by corporations. So if I see it in the news, I figure there's some heavy slant to it to benefit the corporations. Which, thinking about it, and this is just random theory, like, this is not me saying it looks like or it's strange. No, just a random theory, probably wrong. COVID fucked the world up, but it gave a lot of people the realization that, hey, I can sit at home and make my own business. And all these corporations lost all their slaves and ended up with a bunch of competition. And then their little propaganda arms go out and tell everyone we're having a recession. Oh no. And everyone stops spending money, and a lot of those small businesses that were on their way up, I've seen several go out of business in the last year. So just, I don't know. Coincidence does not mean correlation. And I'm always very careful to, like, be honest and not mislead people. What do you want, cat? I saw you look at me. I seem to have misplaced my 32 gauge wire. I'm not even sure how the fuck that's possible because literally I haven't left this chair since I cut the last piece off. I'm not fucking. Ooh. Also, in flat out honesty, this is not a sustainable business model or just model. Um, the way that I've been doing it, working 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, I am starting to notice I'm burned out. Um, Things like Pinterest and YouTube Shorts keep grabbing more and more of my attention in the mornings for longer and longer periods of time. The human mind can't take it. And especially, like, it's one thing if you're just like winning, 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 like Elon Musk was there for quite some time. Makes I could see that. Like, the brain might be able to handle that because, like, I'm getting results. But I had just as good periods of 3, 4, 5 year spans of time when I was a heroin addict. Like, actually, I think I was living better at certain points as a heroin addict for just as long as doing this. That really, really messes with someone's look on things. I would say he might have took the wire if he had woken up at all in the last 2 days. Okay, since I fed him this morning. He just lifted his head. That was about the most action I've seen out of him all day. Adorable little shit. Shit. Love that cat. Oh, and I just noticed. Hi, Lori. How are you today? Welcome. Sorry, it's just been a rough couple months. Starts getting challenging. I've caught my cat trying to walk like I wouldn't say sneak away because he's pretty loud about it, but I've seen him snag these little things. Why, thank you, Lori, and roll them off. Like, it took me quite some time to convince him that those were not acceptable play toys. Probably. There could be worse things for him to do. Tried to go hang out with some raccoons the other night while I was taking him for a walk. Although I really do mean it. I am totally happy to do a project that's a little more interesting than this because I've been working on the detail from here to there this entire stream so far. Like that's all this is doing. Oh, that's good to hear, Lisa. My cat does his service work just by being here. I wouldn't have made it through this last year without him. Really. I don't know that I'd have made it through the last month without him. Okay. I think I'm going to use some beads on these. I think that might actually help me make up for, like, it'll help me put in detail, but it'll also possibly help me make up some of the lost time on this. These are never going to fucking sell. Lucky to get the fucking press materials out. No. No, if they were a custom order, I wouldn't be so worried. Although I would also be like texting the person with a picture about now, being like, this is exactly what I meant when I said I can't do symmetry at all. Um, but I always hear, "Oh, you don't have any earrings." It's like, yeah, that's because why when I did have earrings, nobody wanted them, and the only offers I got were less than the cost of the materials. Similar, but not symmetrical, for sure. It's really challenging thing to do, and one thing I'm worried about is, like, I've noticed where I struggle the most is over time, which is why I build these, like, I do a piece on this, and then I do the exact same piece on this instead of trying to just replicate it, because if you don't do it the exact same way or as close to possible, every little change affects the next thing you do, and then it becomes more and more and more unsymmetrical. Um, like, I can point out a bunch of symmetry issues. This, the curve, the tops, the spacing. Yeah, well, thank you, Lori. But are they built beautiful enough to put $500 on? Yes, Lisa. Lori, I haven't quite had that same experience myself, but I'd hope to find them. And I really shouldn't be complaining because this is really a lot on, me. I probably should have started over several 5 hours ago, or not done another pair of earrings. This might be the last pair for a very long time. I don't like starting over, which is why I didn't. I'm with you. No, actually, like, and especially where I'm at now, I'd rather just put another hour into getting them out there than to cut them apart, waste that 10 hours or so that's in these to start over. Like, that's just nah. Wasted enough time. Once this weave's done, I'm just gonna put some beads on them and call it good. Now, the only time I'll start over is on like a custom, or and even then, it has to be a project that requires like this, which is a one of a kind marble. I'll never be able to get the exact same marble again, or if somebody had sent me a piece, or say like one of these opals, like these types of pieces, I might start over again, especially if it's a custom and someone's picked it out. But even on these, like they're Montana sapphires. I'm not exactly loaded up with Montana sapphires, but screw it. I'll just finish it, do another pair, maybe, doubt it, but like, and these can just chill out in the earrings, and if they sell, they sell. If they don't, well, earrings in a box, does it really matter where they're at? They do have a better chance of covering my electric bill when I've got them in a piece of jewelry. I love that opal too. I can say I'm at least set for October. Mhm. Yes. Yes, it is. Sorry. Yeah, it might be for sure. Um, I think I'm gonna have to polish it before that though. But yeah, I do agree. It's gonna look something beautiful. You know, I was in a really high end jewelry store yesterday. Um, the kind of jewelry store that mostly sells emerald, ruby, and sapphire. And like, I noticed something. Besides engagement rings, diamonds really are only used to make things sparkle. Like, as I was really looking at these, which they're all natural, either untreated, or the only enhancement they'll have is something that's super stable, like heating, so on and so forth. And just after looking at them really, 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 really hard, I realized those center stone, like, I wish this one wasn't resin filled, but they didn't have a single emerald that was like that that well cut, that pretty to me. They were all very they had windows, they had nice color, and that was it. And it struck me the diamonds are basically meant to add sparkle to stones that are cut for weight, not for anything else. Have a good one, Lori. Hopefully I'll be in a better place next time. The struggle's been real. Have a great night. I feel like Lori was 3 or 4 of the viewers that it said that I had. The algorithm is whack. 2, 3. Okay, one more. Yeah, I think I said it before, and I had actually put basically a 30-minute timer tonight that if no one showed up in the first 30 minutes, I was just gonna quit because like I did that last weekend. Um and actually I feel like I've done it a lot recently where I've done a stream and no one shows up and I'm like, what's the point of this? Because no one really watches the streams afterwards, not too many people. I tried. It failed. And I've also been trying to change to Sundays. That's also been failing. Actually, as a matter of fact, I just remembered I need to go double my fucking sale that I'm running. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh no, it is at a 35% off sale. Well, that's not bad. Screw it. If that's not working, I just need to give it a couple more days or something. It's funny because, like, fingers crossed, I don't plan to be running any sales this during the holidays. And I feel like people are like, "Oh, I'll just wait till the holidays. I'm sure he'll be running a sale then." The only reason I run sales is because I have bills to pay and haven't had any sales. Holiday times, I usually at least get sales. I mean, not really. I used to use Mercari, but there's just no point in it anymore. No, not no. I really don't. What the fuck is happening here? I'm done. Fucking quit. These earrings. Yeah, I do. I ain't gonna lie. I buy off Mercari still from time to time, but I refuse to sell there for the most part. I mean, like, because just people there are wanting Timu quality or Timu prices, but fucking Cartier quality, and I ain't doing it. Like, I've never had a place where so many people will tell me my work is so amazing, but that I don't deserve to get paid for it. It's like, yeah, thank you. Go ahead and find someone else. And it's Mercari's fault too, I'm gonna say completely. They drove away anyone who would buy because like they basically pushed out anyone selling quality, but made it okay for the people scamming off of or on Mercari. They just give them a pass because they do a lot of business. And so no one expects anything there is real, and the people who actually do think that they're buying, you know, 50 carat emeralds for $10 that are fucking flawless, and for some reason an emerald that looks just like this just sold at Sotheby's for $57 million. Must have fell off the back of a truck. Like, so for there it's either like just sell complete costume jewelry, I guess, which I'm trying not to do, or be a scammer, which I refuse to do. I just like the whole dishonesty thing. I can't do it, which is funny. I have no idea why I'm trying to take some moral high ground that the rest of society doesn't, only pretends to take. It's really dumb of me. Actually, now that I think about it, though, I do have a pretty strong Mercari account. Like, I think I've got 100 something sales reviews that are all 5 stars, except for one fucking troll. I might, I might just say screw it. I ain't got no love for Mercari. I can't. I wish I could, but I just can't do it. real close. Start over here, and I'll just slowly kind of shift. The stones of my desk. Oh, come on. Well, I keep them organized by putting them in containers and stuff, but you know, it doesn't always work. Which I get. Actually, there should be one around that has my interest right now. It's going to be a project I do here soon. Just because I've got a specific concept in mind that I really love. Although no one else really does. So I'm also like, again, what's the point? But I don't know. I like that one a lot. And hello. Oh yeah, that's Maku. Shit. Damn, I thought I had just found a score of some gold that I forgot about. Wouldn't it have been nice? I don't got time to make things for myself, Lisa. I wish. Oh yeah. Huh. I'll be damned. Okay, that's just one. Let's not get excited yet, because I know better. I'll be damned. It's gonna freaking work. Grab me a piece of 28 gauge. I missed I missed three of your messages. So far, only one of my pieces. So far, only one of my pieces have I ever managed to convince myself that I'm not willing to sell. My bracelet, I would not want to sell, but I would totally have to right now. I might have to give that a shot. Maybe your logic might actually be something that might be dead on. It wouldn't surprise me. Although for me, I've found that the more I hate something that I've made, the more likely it is to sell. Oddly enough, like I've had pieces that I was like, "This is just utter trash," and posted that, and someone like within 20 minutes is like, "I'll buy that." Are you sure? It's not worth the time I put into it. So it is possible that these might sell pretty quick because I hate them. I think I've done an atrocious job making these. Then again, I'd probably feel that way about anything I created at the moment. just depression. Don't ask, just sell it. That's fair. Yeah, I'm on the quick way out on these. Just do not have any more to put into them. Not quite as easily. But yes, especially thin gold wire. Here, I can show you actually. Um, and it's also going to depend on the caratage of gold. So this here is 18 karat. Now, I make my wire myself for 18 karat, but like, so it's slightly thinner actually for gold. Would it bend? Yes. Will it bend as easily as silver? No, not quite. I mean, it will bend. This is 3 millimeters, so I'm not gonna bend it much. But like it does bend. It's just it is a lot harder than silver. However, just to kind of show you, start getting to that thickness of silver, and it can be a bit of a struggle to bend to. But gold, I mean, they're both pretty equal, workable. Gold's a little harder to bend. Um, oh no, silver's gonna be a little easier. So the misconception out there about gold being soft is 24 karat gold, pure gold. It's super soft, but then again, like pure silver, which is what this is even softer. I'm pretty sure. The gold alloy is made of 14 karat gold is 58.5% gold, and then the other 41.5% is split between copper and silver. Um, and it's the copper giving it that strength, which is funny because copper is also super soft and malleable on its own. But like this is actually it's about the same thickness as the pure silver. I think they call this shakudo. It's a Japanese alloy. It's 85% silver, 15% copper, and it's much harder than sterling, which is 7.5% copper. So from experimenting with it and alloys and stuff and making the alloys myself, it seems to me that It's the copper in said alloy that starts giving it the strength. You'll also notice that, like, you will rarely see 22 karat gold holding expensive stones. Say, like, you won't see a big diamond set into just 22 karat gold. But I've seen people who will make the ring mostly out of 22 karat, and then they'll use 18 karat to make the setting because it's got enough copper in it to be stronger. I hope I hope that was informative enough of an answer to that question. I, I actually, that's kind of what I like about this channel. Like, that's the purpose. And pushing sales every once in a while. That's also nice. I won't lie. If I could afford to make it all about the learning, I would. That would be just such a dream. Maybe I'll get there someday. Fingers crossed. Okay, where is. I I prefer making the tutorials to almost any other content. Don't get me wrong, I actually really love doing these live streams when there's people to actually like teach. That's super fun, but unfortunately I'm not quite established enough to be able to do just that. I do have to still make a living off of selling the stuff that I make. Hey, Will, how are you doing? Sounds like you're doing about how I'm doing. I was thinking about doing another live stream on. That's good to hear. On Sunday. Would you be around for that if I was able to do it? Yeah, late Sunday, say 4 p.m. my time to 8 o'clock my time, 5 to 9, something like that. Right on. Okay, you have motivated me to actually do it on Sunday because I ain't gonna lie, I'm not super motivated at the moment. I'm glad. Hey, no, I'm glad. That's cool. You're welcome to listen. You're welcome to be part of the conversation. Anytime you want to ask questions, please ask those questions. Um, because someone else probably has similar questions and just doesn't feel quite like asking. So I appreciate you, and hell, it makes my day better to get to answer a question for somebody and help them. I do. Um, the term normally used is soldering or brazing. I believe technically the term brazing is actually the proper quote unquote term for it, but I call it soldering along with anyone I know who actually does it. And then yes, I have melted and done alloying and all that too. It's quite fun. It's intimidating to get started, Lisa, but once you start actually playing with it, it's pretty doable, I guess would be the word I'd use. I mean, I'm not forgetting the massive amount of headaches learning how to solder was, but definitely is something that can be learned chilling out at home. Okay, that's actually a type of beat I want to keep more around. I do remember the trials. Have a good one. Thank you, buddy. So you'll need you'll need an actual torch, but you can do it with a kitchen torch. You can't actually solder or do what's known as brazing, which is kind of a form of welding, um, without getting the metal extremely hot. Soldering irons work on circuit boards by just basically plopping the metal like right onto the thing. Hey, Iris. Oh, probably 2 grand over the last year and a half. Although to be fair, I started out with a propane torch, a kitchen like butane torch, a soldering board, a saw. I think I actually did have my rolling mill before I really got into it, though. It's not necessary. It was just nice because as a wire wrapper, I have a lot of like pieces of scrap silver chilling out. Here's a good example, of that I would melt and then I could reutilize, and it's easier to reutilize it by to melt it down. And actually, this is one of I'm gonna have to melt it down, but this is one of the very earliest rings that I made. Um, and I did this with a propane torch, a butane torch. I did use my roller, but I didn't need it. I could have used plate and stuff that you can buy. Um, a saw and my flex shaft. The flex shaft and bench grinder part is a little important. And, abrasive discs, some files. Usually you can get into it for a couple $100, getting into it very slowly. Yeah, I struggle with the similar issue with actually now it's also my computer. I've run out of the 1 terabyte that I had on there. Okay, that's going to just piss me off if I continue with it that way. So, I have seen videos of people who have a torch, a rolling mill, a pair of tweezers, a saw, and a file, and they can make some pretty insane things with so few items. Um, like we're talking, they're doing it for under $150. So, but there's also hammer. Can't forget the hammer. But there's a lot to like those guys have some practice in them. One of them that I can think of probably spent years just smashing out ring bands with a hammer, a file, and a torch. Like I don't even think he has a rolling mill. I think he hammers everything. Just quite impressive. But like the earring that I'm working on now, thinking about it, I actually made every bit of it. I cut out and soldered that and this to it, soldered this frame, soldered the two together, and then started wrapping onto it. Calling it done. Oh, Lisa, I missed that one question. Yes. And thank you for telling me I was out of frame. A soldering iron probably isn't super useful for making jewelry. With that said, like this will work if it works. I think I need to refill mine with butane, but if you have a working little butane kitchen torch, possibly even like just a lighter, you can solder small things. Get a propane handheld canister torch, and you're pretty much going to be good on anything you try. Yeah, I put way too much time into that. Did jewelry stuff? I mean, perhaps I won't say anything in hopes that they actually sell. We'll see. I mean, they're similar-ish. Fingers crossed. Like, I actually want to make more of these, but they just this will be the fourth set that I've made, and so far the other three sets I lost. Like, I don't even I don't even know if I actually made my materials back on them. Probably did the garnet pair just because garnet's meh, but yeah, I did a garnet pair. Was it green? I can't remember what. Mm, that's a lie. You know what? I've done 4 pairs of these, and one of or another one I didn't lose my money on was the Tanzanite ones, but that's because the person who got those actually like seems to refuse to take advantage of economics. Oh, that's what's up, Lisa. Cool. Score. You can slowly build up what you need. Like that little hand torch is like $10. All right. Well, that was today's live stream. Thank you, Iris. I'm gonna break off, use the restroom, polish these. I'll figure it out after that. Nice score. You might already have most of what you need too. You never know. Anyway, yeah, everyone have a great night. Be safe and take care of yourselves. And we'll run again Sunday.